Hey, how you doing? This is Paddy Mwangi and you're watching the Beyond Your Limits Minute. I'd like to share a story with you, a story that has always encouraged me when I'm low and kept me going regardless of whatever situation I'm in. There's this very wealthy guy and he had 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter, and he was getting really old and he wanted to give the reins of his business to one of his kids, but he didn't know which one. So he told all 3 kids to come over to his office, and he gave each one of them 1,000 shillings. So each one of them gets 1,000 shillings. And then he says, now I want you to go out there and spend the money however you want, but at the end of the day, I want you to come back, and whatever you've bought has to fill this room from corner to corner. Has to fill the room. So the 3 of them went out very excited. So they all come back afterwards, and then the first one comes and says, Dad, guess what I bought? I went to the store next door to your office, and the guy, I asked him to give me pillows, and they're full of feathers. So he says, fine. So he gets these feathers, and he opens up the pillow and just throws up all the feathers, and they all fill up the room, but momentarily, as feathers would, they all sink down. So the son looks at the father and says, yeah, is that what you wanted? The father says, no, sir. The second kid, what did you do with your money? So he said, I went over to one of my friends who has a farm, and I asked him, give me some hay. So he's like, okay. So he gets hay. And just like the feathers, he threw them up into the sky, and a few minutes later they all come down. And then the father says, no, sir. Then the daughter, she goes next, and she's like, Dad, what I did is I went over to a small store and I got change. I got 100 shilling notes. And the first 100 she gives to her house of worship. The next she gives to the Kenya Scouts. Then the next one is the Girl Guides. And then she's left with about 700 shillings. So she says she saves about 300 shillings and she invests it in something worthwhile. Like the good book says, invest your talents. And with 300 shillings left, she went back to the store and asked for 2 things. She got a matchbox and she got a candle. And she went over to the corner of the office. She switched off the lights. She struck the match. She lit the candle, and the room was full. The room was completely full, not with hay, not with feathers, but with light. And this story teaches me something. It says, I'm the light of the world. You are the light of the world. And what we do with our time, with our money, can light up the stadiums of life within the pitchness of darkness, or it can do a little bit less, but it's always your choice. So you can choose to do whatever you want with whatever you have, but choose wisely. This has been Paddy Mwangi, and you've been listening to and watching Beyond Your Limit Minute. I believe in you. Go out there and do what you can.